In this video, we will study about stoichiometry of chemical reaction and limiting reagent. First, we will study stoichiometry of chemical reaction. In Greek, the meaning of stoichiometry is measurement of element. If a balanced chemical equation is given to us, then the quantitative relation between reactant molecules and product molecules in terms of mass, volume, moles and masses, mass, volume, moles and molecules can be established easily. To understand this stoichiometry, let us take example. Hydrogen gas plus oxygen gas gives 2 moles of water. So in terms of mole, we can write 2 mole of hydrogen gas reacts with 1 mole of oxygen gas to produce 2 mole of water. This is in terms of mole. Now in terms of molecule, we can say 2 molecules of hydrogen gas and 1 molecule of oxygen gas produces 2 molecules of water. Now in terms of volume, if temperature and pressure are constant, then we can consider the case of volume also. So here in this case, volume 2 liter plus 1 liter is equal to 2 liter of water. So we can say at STP 2 into 22.4 liter, 1 into 22.4 liter. 2 into 22.4 liter of hydrogen gas with 1 into 22.4 liter of oxygen gas produces 2 into 22.4 liter of water. Now, in terms of masses, 2 into hydrogen. So taking hydrogen atomic mass to be 1 gram, we will get 4 gram. 4 gram hydrogen plus 16 2s are 32 gram oxygen reacts with each other to produce 18 into 2, 36 gram of water. So from the balanced chemical equation, stoichiometry in terms of moles, molecule, volume and masses can be understood easily. Now, this 2 is known as stoichiometric coefficient. Here nothing is written, means we have to take it is to be 1. So that 1 is also known as stoichiometric coefficient. And 2 before H2 is also known as stoichiometric coefficient. Now we will study few numericals to understand stoichiometry of chemical reaction. In this question, we have to calculate the amount of calcium hydroxide required to remove the hardness of 50,000 liters of water, provided calcium hydrogen carbonate present is 1.62 gram per 10 liter. It means 10 liter water has 1.62 gram of calcium bicarbonate or calcium hydrogen carbonate. Once more, 10 liter H2O contains 1.62 gram of calcium hydrogen carbonate. Now, from this calculation, first we will find out for 50,000 liters of water. means we can write that 10 liters of water contain 1.62 gram of calcium hydrogen carbonate. Therefore, 50,000 liters of water contain what gram of calcium hydrogen carbonate? So we will get 1.62 into 50,000 divided by 10. On simplification, we will get 8100 gram. So from this calculation we can say that 50,000 liter of water contain 8100 gram of calcium hydrogen carbonate. Now we will understand the reaction takes place between calcium hydrogen carbonate and calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydrogen carbonate plus calcium hydroxide will give CaCO3, calcium carbonate plus water. To balance this, we can write 2. So first of all, we will check the balance on both the sides. Calcium, calcium on left hand side and on right hand side it is equal. Now number of hydrogens. Here it is 2, means left hand side 2 plus 2, 4. Here we have only 2. So just keep stoichiometric coefficient to be 2. We will get balanced hydrogen on both sides. Now for carbon, 2 carbon atoms on left hand side and 2 carbon atoms on right hand side. Now for oxygen, 3 into 2, 6 plus these 2 will give 8 number of atoms of oxygen. Same way on the right hand side, 3 into 2, 6 plus 2, 8 means the reaction is balanced reaction. Now molar mass of calcium bicarbonate or calcium hydrogen carbonate is 162 gram and molar mass of calcium hydroxide is 74 gram. So from this calculation we can say that 162 gram of calcium bicarbonate requires 162 gram of calcium bicarbonate requires 74 gram of calcium hydroxide. Therefore, 8100 gram of calcium bicarbonate requires what gram of calcium hydroxide? So we will get 74 into 8100 divided by 162. On simplification, we will get 3700 gram or 3.7 kilogram. So answer is 3.7 kilogram. In the next sum, what volume of oxygen is required for the complete combustion of 200 cm cube of ethane gas? Also we have to find the volume of CO2 formed during this chemical reaction at standard temperature and pressure. First we will understand the chemical reaction between ethane and oxygen. C2H2, ethane or acetylene, when reacts with oxygen gives CO2 and water. Now on balancing this equation, we will get 2 moles of C2H2 and 5 moles of oxygen will give 4 mole of carbon dioxide and 2 mole of water. First we will understand that this is balanced chemical equation or not. 2 into 2 for carbon, 2 into 2 4, here also it is 4 on the product side. For hydrogen, 2 into 2 4, here also it is 2 into 2 4 product side. Now for oxygen, 5 into 2 10, here also 4 into 2 8 plus 2 10. So this is a balanced chemical equation. Now first calculation we will understand. 2 moles means 2 volume of C2H2. 2 volume of C2H2 requires 5 volume of oxygen. Therefore we can say 200 cm cube of C2H2 requires what volume of oxygen? So we will get 200 into 5 divided by 2, we will get 500 cm cube at STP. So we can say 500 cm cube of oxygen is required. Now in another problem we say also we have to find out the volume of carbon dioxide. So volume of carbon dioxide formed during the combustion is found out by this way. 2 volume of ethyne produces 4 volume of carbon dioxide. 2 volume of ethyne produce 4 volume of carbon dioxide. Therefore 200 volume of ethyne produce what volume of carbon dioxide? So we can find out 4 into 200 divided by 2. So on simplification we will get 400 cm cube of CO2 will be formed. In the next sum, 1.5 gram of impure sample of sodium sulfate Na2SO4 dissolved in water and was reacted with barium chloride BaCl2. When 1.74 gram of BaSO4 barium sulfate produced, we have to calculate percentage purity of sample. Molecular mass of barium sulfate is 233 gram and molecular mass of Na2SO4 sodium sulfate is 142 gram. So first of all we can say that 1.5 gram of Na2SO4 sodium sulfate on treatment with barium chloride gives barium sulfate 1.74 gram. And reaction will take place. Na2SO4 plus barium chloride BaCl2 will give BaSO4 and 2 moles of NaCl. So from this reaction we can say 1 mole sodium sulfate, 1 mole barium sulfate. So according to stoichiometry of mass we can write 233 gram of barium sulfate. 233 gram of barium sulfate is produced from 1 mole of Na2SO4 means 142 gram. Therefore, in our question we have 1.74 gram. So 1.74 gram of barium sulfate is produced from what mass of Na2SO4? 142 into 1.74 divided by 233. On simplification, we will get 1.06 gram. Therefore, percentage purity we can find out 1.06 gram divided by 1.5 gram into 100. So on simplification we will get 70.67 gram. So we can say that percentage purity is 70.67. In the next question, how many gram of oxygen required to completely react with 0.2 gram of hydrogen to give water? Also find the amount of water produced or formed. First of all, the reaction takes place between hydrogen and oxygen. To give water is 2H2 plus O2 will give 2H2O. So we can say 4 gram of hydrogen, 4 gram of hydrogen and 32 gram of oxygen gives 18 into 2, 36 gram of water. First we will find out the answer for how many gram of oxygen required to completely react with 0.2 gram of hydrogen. So from the reaction we can say 4 gram of hydrogen reacts with 32 gram of oxygen. Therefore, where 0.2 gram hydrogen, 0.2 gram of hydrogen reacts with what amount of oxygen? 32 into 0.2, 32 into 0.2 divided by 4. On simplification, we will get 1.6 gram. So from this calculation, we can say the amount of oxygen required is 1.6 gram. So 4 gram of hydrogen reacts with 32 gram of oxygen. Therefore, 0.2 gram of hydrogen reacts with 1.6 gram of oxygen. Also, we have to find out the amount of H2O formed. So again we can say 4 gram of hydrogen gives 36 gram of water. Therefore, 0.2 gram of hydrogen produces what gram of water? So we will get 36 into 0.2 divided by 4. So on simplification, we will get 1.8 gram. So water produced is 1.8 gram. In the next question, how many moles of methane CH4 are required to produce 22 gram of carbon dioxide gas after combustion? First we will study the combustion reaction of methane. Methane CH4 plus oxygen gives CO2 and water. So on balancing, we will get CH4 gas plus 2 oxygen gas will give CO2 gas plus H2. So C is balanced on both the sides. Hydrogen here we have 4 on the left hand side. So by writing 2 stoichiometric coefficient before H2, we will get 2H2. So 2 into 2, 4. Here also it is 4. Now for oxygen, 2 into 2, 4 on the left hand side and 2 from carbon dioxide and 2 from water. We will get on right hand side oxygen to be 4. So the reaction is balanced. Now from the balanced reaction we can say 1 mole of CH4 reacts with 2 mole of oxygen to give 1 mole of carbon dioxide gas and 2 mole of water. Now here we are given 22 gram of carbon dioxide. So first we will find out moles of carbon dioxide gas. Moles of carbon dioxide gas is equal to 22 gram given and molar mass of carbon dioxide is 44 gram per mole. That is why we will get 0.5 mole. Moles of carbon dioxide is equal to 0.5 mole. According to stoichiometry, we can say, because we have been asked how many moles of CH4 are required to produce 22 gram of CO2. So from the stoichiometry of the equation we can say 1 mole of carbon dioxide requires 1 mole of methane. One mole of carbon dioxide requires 1 mole of methane, that is combustion of 1 mole of methane will produce 1 mole of carbon dioxide. Therefore, to produce 0.5 mole, 22 gram of carbon dioxide is equal to 0.5 mole. So to produce 0.5 mole of carbon dioxide require what mole of methane? CH4. Then from calculation we will get 1 into 0.5 divided by 1. So 0.5 mole. So we can say 0.5 mole are required to produce 22 gram of CO2 gas. Now we will study limiting reagent. In many chemical reactions, one or more reactant are present in large amount. So even after reaction completes, they are left. They are left even the reaction is completed. So we can say that reaction is completed on the basis of the reactant that is in less amount. Once more, reaction is completed on the basis of the reactant that is in less amount compared to other reactant. So from this, we can write the definition of limiting reagent as the substance or reactant the substance or reactant which is consumed first in chemical reaction is known as limiting reagent. Limiting reagent. To understand limiting reagent, let's take one case. Hydrogen plus oxygen gives water. Suppose say hydrogen moles are 10 moles and oxygen moles are 7 moles. Now we can understand limiting reagent by taking this case. As we can see, the stoichiometry is 1 mole of oxygen will be consumed, so 2 moles of hydrogen will be consumed. So after 5 moles of oxygen, all moles of hydrogen will be consumed. So 2 moles of oxygen will be left. So we can say oxygen is in excess amount and hydrogen is in limited amount. So here in this particular case, hydrogen is known as, or hydrogen is called limiting reagent. For this particular case, hydrogen is a limiting reagent. Now we'll study few numericals based on limiting reagent. In this question, 3 gram of hydrogen react with 29 gram of oxygen to form H2O. Find number 1 limiting reagent, number 2 find maximum amount of water formed, and number 3 calculate the amount of unreacted reactant left. First of all, we'll study the reaction takes place between hydrogen and oxygen. 2H2 plus O2 will give 2H2. So we can find out the grams of reaction between hydrogen and oxygen. 4 gram of hydrogen, 32 gram of oxygen gives 36 gram of water. Therefore, we can say 4 gram hydrogen reacts with 32 gram of oxygen. Therefore, 3 gram of hydrogen reacts with what gram of oxygen? We can find out 32 into 3 divided by 4. So we will get on simplification 24 gram of oxygen. But here in this question it is given 29 gram of oxygen. It means we can say that limiting reagent is hydrogen. Limiting reagent is hydrogen. Because oxygen required is 24 gram, but here it is provided 29 gram. So we can say limiting reagent is hydrogen. And the product obtained is always based on the limiting reagent. So we will find out the second answer, that maximum amount of water formed. So again we can write 4 gram hydrogen gives or produce 4 gram hydrogen produce 36 gram of water. Therefore, 3 gram of hydrogen produce 36 what gram of H2. So we will get 36 into 3 divided by 4. On simplification, we will get 27 gram H2. Means we can say the maximum amount of water formed is 27 gram. Now the third question, calculate the amount of unreacted reactant left. So we can say as oxygen is in excess amount, here we require only 24 and it is given 29. So left reactant, that is oxygen, is equal to 29 minus 24. 29 given and 24 obtained answer. So it is 5 gram only. 5 gram of oxygen will be left over. In this question, zinc and hydrochloric acid react to form zinc chloride and hydrogen. If 0.3 mole of zinc are added to hydrochloric acid containing 0.52 mole of hydrochloric acid, find moles of hydrogen produced. So first we will understand the reaction takes place between zinc and hydrochloric acid to form zinc chloride and hydrogen. Zn plus 2HCl will give ZnCl2 plus hydrogen. Now stoichiometric coefficient Zn 1 mole, hydrochloric acid 2 mole, zinc chloride 1 mole and hydrogen also 1 mole. Now here it is given 0.3 mole of zinc are added to hydrochloric acid containing 0.52 mole of hydrochloric acid. So we can write 1 mole of zinc reacts with 2 mole of hydrochloric acid. 2 mole of hydrochloric acid. Therefore 0.3 mole of zinc reacts with how much mole of hydrochloric acid? On simplification, we will get 0.6 mole. 2 into 0.3 divided by 1, we get 0.6 mole. But here it is given only 0.52 mole of hydrochloric acid. So HCl will be limiting reagent. And as I mentioned that the product is formed on the basis of limiting reagent. So we can find out the moles of hydrogen produced in the same manner. 2 mole hydrochloric acid, 2 mole hydrochloric acid gives 1 mole of hydrogen gas. Therefore, 0.52 is given only. Gives what mole of hydrogen? Therefore, 0.52 divided by 2, we will get 0.36, 0.28, 0.26. 0.52 divided by 2, 0.26 mole of hydrogen will be produced. In the next sum, 2 gram magnesium and 2 gram sulfur reacts to form magnesium sulfide. Find limiting reagent, find amount of magnesium sulfide formed, and also find unreacted reactant. Atomic mass of magnesium is 24 and atomic mass of sulfur is 32. First of all, the reaction takes place between magnesium and sulfur. Mg plus S will give MgS. Now, writing the atomic mass of magnesium, 24 gram magnesium reacts with 32 gram of sulfur gives 56 gram of magnesium sulfide. But here it is given 2 gram magnesium and 2 gram sulfur. So first of all we will find out limiting reagent. 24 gram of magnesium reacts with 32 gram of sulfur. Therefore, 2 gram of magnesium reacts with what gram of sulfur? 32 into 2 divided by 24. On simplification, we will get 2.67 gram. 2.67 gram. But here it is given only 2 gram. So we can say that 24 gram of magnesium reacts with 32 gram of sulfur. So 2 gram of magnesium reacts with what? 2.67 gram of sulfur. But as sulfur is given only 2 gram, so we can say sulfur is limiting reagent. Sulfur is limiting reagent. And as I told that product's form is always based on limiting reagent. So from this reaction we can write 32 gram of sulfur produce 56 gram magnesium sulfide. Therefore, 2 gram sulfur produce what gram of magnesium sulfide? 56 into 2 divided by 32. On simplification, we will get 3.5 gram. 3.5 gram of magnesium sulfide is formed. Now to find out on a reacted reactant, we can write the next step as 56 gram magnesium sulfide is formed. Then amount of magnesium is 24 gram. Therefore, 3.5 gram of MgS is formed. Then amount of magnesium will be what? 24 into 3.5 divided by 56. We will get 1.5 gram. So we can say unreacted magnesium is equal to, it is given 2 gram minus 1.5 is equal to 0.5 gram. So we can say unreacted magnesium is 2 minus 1.5, that is 0.5 gram. In the next sum, 50 kilogram of nitrogen and 10 kilogram of hydrogen are mixed to produce ammonia gas, NH3. Find NH3 form and identify the limiting reagent. Taking atomic mass of hydrogen to be 1 and of nitrogen it is 14. First of all, the reaction between nitrogen and hydrogen is written as nitrogen plus 3 hydrogen will give 2 NH3. So on gram basis if we write, then we can say 28 gram nitrogen reacts with 6 gram hydrogen to produce 34 gram of ammonia, because it is 2 moles. Now here it is given 50 kilogram. So it is 50,000 nitrogen and 10 kilogram of hydrogen means 10,000 gram of nitrogen and 10,000 gram of hydrogen. So first we will find out limiting reagent. 28 gram nitrogen reacts with 6 gram hydrogen. Therefore, 50,000 gram of nitrogen reacts with what gram of hydrogen? Therefore, 6 into 50,000, 6 into 50,000 divided by 28. On cancellation, we will get approximate answer 10,714.28 gram. From this calculation, we can say that as hydrogen is given 10,000 gram, but required is 10,714.28, means we can say hydrogen is limiting reagent. Hydrogen is limiting reagent. And the products of formed in the chemical reaction is based on limiting reagent. We shall find the amount of NH3 formed in this reaction. So we can write 6 gram hydrogen produce 34 gram ammonia. 6 gram hydrogen produce 34 gram ammonia. Therefore, 10,000 gram hydrogen produce what gram of ammonia? 10,000 into 34 divided by 6, we will get 56,666.67 gram of ammonia. So we can say limiting reagent is hydrogen and ammonia formed in the reaction is 56,666.67 gram.